As we stand at the threshold of a new era in human evolution, we're on the cusp of a revolution that will seamlessly integrate the human brain with the vast expanse of artificial intelligence. They will combine cybernetic enhancements in the form of brain-computer interfaces with the unparalleled processing power of neuromorphic computing, giving rise to a hybrid system that will redefine the boundaries of human potential. This synergy will enable humans to tap into the limitless computational resources of neuromorphic computing, allowing them to process and analyze vast amounts of data in real time. They will be able to learn at an exponential rate, adapting to new situations and environments with unprecedented agility. The brain-computer interface will serve as the interface, translating the intricate neural signals of the human brain into a language that neuromorphic computing can understand. As a result, humans will be able to access a vast array of cognitive abilities, from enhanced memory and learning capabilities to advanced problem-solving and decision-making. They will be able to interface directly with the digital world, unlocking new dimensions of creativity, innovation, and collaboration. But this is not just about augmenting human capabilities, it's about redefining the very fabric of human existence. They will be able to transcend the limitations of their biological bodies, achieving a level of cognitive and physical enhancement that was previously unimaginable. The boundaries between humans and machines will blur, giving rise to a new era of hybrid intelligence that will revolutionize every aspect of our lives. The implications are profound. They will enable us to tackle some of humanity's most pressing challenges, from climate change and sustainable energy to disease prevention and global health. They will empower us to create new forms of art, music, and literature that will push the boundaries of human expression. And they will give us the tools to build a more just, equitable, and peaceful world where every individual has the opportunity to reach their full potential. The future is not just something we're heading towards, it's something we're creating together. And with the advent of this hybrid system, we're on the cusp of a new era of human evolution that will be nothing short of revolutionary. As we integrate this hybrid system with the cutting-edge infrastructure of 5G and 6G networks, we're creating a seamless conduit for information to flow between the human brain and the digital world. They will enable real-time communication and data transfer, eliminating the latency and bottlenecks that have long plagued human-computer interfaces. The 5G and 6G networks will provide the high-speed, low-latency connectivity necessary to support the vast amounts of data generated by the hybrid system. They will enable the seamless transfer of neural signals, allowing humans to interact with the digital world in a way that's both intuitive and effortless. But it's not just about speed, it's about the quality of the connection. The 6G networks in particular will offer a level of reliability and security that's unparalleled in the industry. They will provide a quantum-secure connection, ensuring that the data transmitted between the human brain and the digital world is both encrypted and tamper-proof. This integration will also enable the creation of new forms of human-computer interaction, from brain-controlled robots to neural interfaces that allow humans to control complex systems with mere thoughts. They will enable the development of new forms of artificial intelligence that are not only more intelligent, but also more empathetic and more human-like. The implications are profound. They will enable us to create new forms of telemedicine, where doctors can remotely diagnose and treat patients with unprecedented accuracy. They will enable the development of new forms of education, where students can learn at their own pace and in their own way. And they will give us the tools to build a more connected, more compassionate, and more equitable world. As we look to the future, it's clear that the integration of this hybrid system with 5G and 6G networks is not just a technological innovation, it's a societal imperative. They will enable us to create a world where information is no longer a scarce resource, but a limitless one. A world where humans and machines can collaborate in ways that are both powerful and beautiful. And a world where the boundaries between humans and technology are no longer a barrier, but a bridge to a brighter, more sustainable future. As we harness the power of neuromorphic computing, we're creating a system that can analyze and process vast amounts of climate-related data in real time. They will be able to learn from the complex patterns and relationships within this data, identifying subtle trends and anomalies that would be impossible for humans to detect. The neuromorphic computing aspect of the system will be designed to mimic the human brain's ability to recognize patterns and make decisions based on incomplete information. They will be able to process data from a wide range of sources, including satellite imagery, sensor networks, and weather forecasting models. As they analyze this data, they will identify key indicators of climate change, such as rising sea levels, melting ice caps, and shifting weather patterns. They will be able to predict the likelihood of extreme weather events, such as hurricanes, droughts, and wildfires, allowing us to take proactive measures to mitigate their impact. But it's not just about prediction, it's about action. The neuromorphic computing system will be able to provide real-time recommendations for climate mitigation and adaptation strategies based on the latest scientific research and data. They will be able to identify the most effective ways to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, increase energy efficiency, and protect vulnerable communities from the impacts of climate change. The implications are profound. They will enable us to create a more resilient and sustainable future, where climate change is no longer a threat, but an opportunity for growth and innovation. They will empower us to make data-driven decisions based on the latest scientific research and evidence. As we look to the future, it's clear that the neuromorphic computing aspect of this system is not just a technological innovation. It's a game changer. They will enable us to create a world where climate change is no longer a mystery, but a manageable challenge. A world where we can work together to create a more sustainable, more equitable, and more prosperous future for all. As we integrate the brain-computer interface aspect of the system, we're creating a powerful tool for understanding human behavior and decision-making related to climate change. They will be able to collect and analyze human brain signals in real time, providing insights into the cognitive and emotional processes that drive our actions. The brain-computer interface will use advanced neuroimaging techniques such as functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, and electroencephalography, EEG, to record brain activity associated with climate change awareness and behavior. They will be able to identify specific neural patterns and networks that are involved in climate-related decision-making, such as the default mode network and the salience network. As they analyze these brain signals, they will be able to identify key factors that influence human behavior related to climate change, such as emotional arousal, cognitive biases, and social norms. They will be able to develop personalized interventions and recommendations that take into account an individual's unique brain profile and behavior. The implications are profound. They will enable us to create targeted and effective climate change education and awareness programs that are tailored to individual needs and preferences. They will empower us to develop more effective policies and interventions that take into account the complex psychological and social factors that drive human behavior. But it's not just about understanding human behavior, it's about empowering individuals to take action. The brain-computer interface will enable us to develop personalized climate change mitigation and adaptation strategies that are based on an individual's unique brain profile and behavior. They will be able to provide real-time feedback and coaching to help individuals make more sustainable choices and reduce their carbon footprint. As we look to the future, it's clear that the brain-computer interface aspect of this system is not just a technological innovation, it's a game changer. They will enable us to create a world where climate change is no longer a mystery, but a manageable challenge. A world where we can work together to create a more sustainable, more equitable, and more prosperous future for all. As we integrate the hybrid system with the 5G and 6G networks, we're creating a powerful tool for predicting and preventing natural disasters. They will enable the development of a climate change early warning system that can alert authorities and the public of impending natural disasters, such as hurricanes, wildfires, and floods. The system will use advanced machine learning algorithms and real-time data from satellite imagery, sensor networks, and weather forecasting models to predict the likelihood and severity of these events. They will be able to identify subtle changes in weather patterns and environmental conditions that may indicate an increased risk of disaster. As the system detects a potential disaster, it will trigger a series of alerts and notifications to authorities and the public. These alerts will be transmitted through the 5G and 6G networks, ensuring that they reach their destination quickly and reliably. But it's not just about sending alerts. It's about providing critical information and resources to those who need it most. The system will provide real-time updates on the location, severity, and trajectory of the disaster, as well as evacuation routes, shelters, and other critical information. The implications are profound. They will enable us to save lives, reduce damage, and mitigate the impacts of natural disasters. They will empower us to create a more resilient and sustainable future, where communities are better equipped to withstand the challenges of climate change. For example, in a scenario where a hurricane is predicted to make landfall, the system will alert authorities and the public of the impending disaster, providing critical information on evacuation routes, shelters, and other resources. They will enable the deployment of emergency responders and resources, such as food, water, and medical supplies, to areas most in need. As we look to the future, it's clear that this technology has the potential to revolutionize the way we respond to natural disasters. They will enable us to create a world where climate change is no longer a threat but an opportunity for growth and innovation. A world where we can work together to create a more sustainable, more equitable, and more prosperous future for all. As we deploy the 5G and 6G networks, we're creating a global infrastructure that will enable the transmission of critical climate-related data to even the most remote areas. They will provide a high-speed, low-latency connection that will bridge the digital divide and bring the benefits of climate change mitigation and adaptation to every corner of the globe. The 5G and 6G networks will use advanced technologies such as millimeter wave and terahertz frequencies to provide a high-speed connection that will enable the transmission of large amounts of data, including satellite imagery, sensor data, and weather forecasting models. They will be able to transmit data at speeds of up to 100 gigabps, making it possible to transmit high-resolution images and videos in real time. But it's not just about speed, it's about reliability and resilience. The 5G and 6G networks will be designed to be highly resilient and fault-tolerant, with built-in redundancy and backup systems to ensure that data is transmitted even in the event of a disaster or network failure. The implications are profound. They will enable us to provide critical climate-related data to remote communities, enabling them to make informed decisions about climate change mitigation and adaptation. They will empower us to create a more equitable and sustainable future where every community has access to the information and resources they need to thrive. For example, in a scenario where a remote community is affected by a natural disaster, the 5G and 6G networks will enable the rapid transmission of critical data, including satellite imagery and sensor data, to emergency responders and aid organizations. They will provide real-time updates on the location, severity, and trajectory of the disaster, enabling responders to make informed decisions about evacuation routes, shelters, and other critical resources. As we look to the future, it's clear that the 5G and 6G networks have the potential to revolutionize the way we respond to climate change. They will enable us to create a world where climate change is no longer a threat, but an opportunity for growth and innovation. A world where we can work together to create a more sustainable, more equitable, and more prosperous future for all. As we deploy this technology, we're creating a powerful tool for climate change mitigation. They will enable us to optimize energy consumption and reduce carbon emissions in a way that's never been possible before. The hybrid system will use advanced machine learning algorithms and real-time data from sensors and IoT devices to identify areas of inefficiency in energy consumption. They will be able to predict and prevent energy waste, reducing the amount of energy required to power homes, businesses, and industries. But it's not just about reducing energy consumption, it's about reducing carbon emissions. The system will be able to analyze and optimize energy production from renewable sources, such as solar and wind power. They will be able to predict and prevent energy storage failures, ensuring that renewable energy is stored and used efficiently. The implications are profound. They will enable us to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by up to 50%, making a significant impact on the fight against climate change. They will empower us to create a more sustainable and equitable future, where energy is available to everyone, regardless of their location or socioeconomic status. For example, in a scenario where a city is looking to reduce its carbon footprint, the hybrid system will enable the optimization of energy consumption and production. They will be able to identify areas of inefficiency and predict and prevent energy waste, reducing the city's carbon emissions by up to 30%. But it's not just about cities, it's about industries and communities. The system will be able to optimize energy consumption and production in industries such as manufacturing, transportation, and agriculture. They will be able to reduce carbon emissions and improve energy efficiency, making a significant impact on the environment and the economy. As we look to the future, it's clear that this technology has the potential to revolutionize the way we approach climate change mitigation. They will enable us to create a world where energy is clean, sustainable, and available to everyone. A world where we can work together to create a more sustainable, more equitable, and more prosperous future for all. As we integrate this technology with virtual reality, we're creating a powerful tool for education and awareness about climate change. They will enable the creation of immersive and interactive experiences that simulate the effects of climate change on different ecosystems and communities. The virtual reality experience will use advanced algorithms and real-time data from sensors and IoT devices to recreate the conditions of a specific ecosystem or community. They will be able to simulate the impacts of climate change, such as rising sea levels, melting ice caps, and extreme weather events. But it's not just about simulation, it's about immersion. The virtual reality experience will be designed to be highly realistic and engaging, allowing users to feel like they're actually experiencing the effects of climate change. They will be able to walk through a virtual city that's been devastated by a hurricane, or explore a virtual forest that's been ravaged by drought. The implications are profound. They will enable us to educate and raise awareness about climate change in a way that's never been possible before. They will empower us to create a more informed and engaged public, who are equipped to make informed decisions about climate change mitigation and adaptation. For example, in a scenario where a group of students are learning about climate change, the virtual reality experience will enable them to explore a virtual ecosystem that's been impacted by climate change. They will be able to see firsthand the effects of rising sea levels on coastal communities or the impacts of drought on agricultural communities. But it's not just about education, it's about empathy. The virtual reality experience will enable users to connect with the people and communities that are most affected by climate change. They will be able to hear the stories and experiences of those who are living through the impacts of climate change and gain a deeper understanding of the human cost of climate change. As we look to the future, it's clear that this technology has the potential to revolutionize the way we approach climate change education and awareness. They will enable us to create a world where people are informed, engaged, and empowered to take action on climate change. A world where we can work together to create a more sustainable, more equitable, and more prosperous future for all. As we integrate the neuromorphic computing aspect of the system, we're creating a powerful tool for developing more accurate climate models and predicting the impacts of climate change on different regions. They will enable us to analyze vast amounts of data from various sources, including satellite imagery, sensor networks, and weather forecasting models. The neuromorphic computing system will use advanced machine learning algorithms and neural networks to identify patterns and relationships within the data. They will be able to learn from the data and improve their predictions over time, enabling us to develop more accurate climate models. But it's not just about accuracy, it's about scalability. The neuromorphic computing system will be able to process large amounts of data in real time, enabling us to predict the impacts of climate change on different regions with unprecedented accuracy. They will be able to identify areas that are most vulnerable to climate change and provide early warnings to authorities and communities. The implications are profound. They will enable us to develop more effective climate change mitigation and adaptation strategies, reducing the risk of devastating climate-related events. They will empower us to create a more resilient and sustainable future, where communities are better equipped to withstand the impacts of climate change. For example, in a scenario where a region is experiencing a severe drought, the neuromorphic computing system will enable us to predict the impacts of the drought on agriculture, water resources, and ecosystems. They will provide early warnings to authorities and communities, enabling them to take proactive measures to mitigate the effects of the drought. But it's not just about prediction, it's about prevention. The neuromorphic computing system will enable us to identify areas where climate change is most likely to occur and take proactive measures to prevent or mitigate its impacts. They will empower us to create a more sustainable and equitable future where everyone has access to the resources and information they need to thrive. As we look to the future, it's clear that the neuromorphic computing aspect of the system has the potential to revolutionize the way we approach climate change prediction and mitigation. They will enable us to create a world where climate change is no longer a threat, but an opportunity for growth and innovation. A world where we can work together to create a more sustainable, more equitable, and more prosperous future for all. As we develop this technology, we're creating a new business model that will enable us to monetize the benefits of climate change mitigation and adaptation. They will provide a range of revenue streams, including subscription-based services, data licensing, and consulting fees. One potential revenue stream is through subscription-based services, where governments and organizations can access our climate change prediction and mitigation tools for a monthly or annual fee. They will be able to use our data and analytics to inform their climate change policies and strategies and to make more informed decisions about resource allocation and investment. Another potential revenue stream is through data licensing, where we will license our climate change data and analytics to third-party organizations and governments. They will be able to use our data to inform their own climate change policies and strategies and to make more informed decisions about resource allocation and investment. We will also partner with climate change organizations and governments to provide consulting services and support. They will be able to tap into our expertise and knowledge to develop and implement effective climate change mitigation and adaptation strategies. For example, we will partner with the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, to provide climate change prediction and mitigation tools to countries around the world. They will be able to use our data and analytics to inform their climate change policies and strategies and to make more informed decisions about resource allocation and investment. We will also partner with the World Bank to provide climate change financing and investment opportunities to developing countries. They will be able to use our data and analytics to identify areas where climate change is most likely to occur and to provide financing and investment opportunities to support climate change mitigation and adaptation efforts. As we look to the future, it's clear that this business model has the potential to revolutionize the way we approach climate change mitigation and adaptation. They will enable us to create a world where climate change is no longer a threat, but an opportunity for growth and innovation. A world where we can work together to create a more sustainable, more equitable, and more prosperous future for all.
As we stand at the threshold of this new era, I want to leave you with a sense of hope and optimism. We have the power to create a world where climate change is no longer a threat, but an opportunity for growth and innovation. A world where we can work together to create a more sustainable, more equitable, and more prosperous future for all. This is not just a vision, but a reality that we can create together. With the power of technology, the dedication of scientists and researchers, and the passion of individuals around the world, we can make a difference. So let us embark on this journey together, with courage, with conviction, and with a sense of purpose. Let us harness the power of technology to create a better world, a world that is worthy of our highest aspirations. And as we close this presentation, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. I want to thank the researchers and scientists who have worked tirelessly to bring this technology to life. And I want to thank the people around the world who are working together to create a more sustainable and equitable future. This content is the product of Intellect Cascade, a research product of Big Blue Ceiling. We are committed to creating a world where technology and innovation are used to make a positive impact on society. And we invite you to join us on this journey, to be a part of this movement, and to help us create a better world for all. Thank you.